So since a little incident happened on Nautical Sun, where it resulted in me rolling across the boat, which you'll see that clip in a minute, I was thinking maybe I should increase the safety in my life jacket. So I thought about getting a man overboard device. And the Ocean Signal MOB1 is the one that I've been thinking about for some time now. And the MOB1 is compatible with my Spinlock Deckvest, so I was thinking about getting one of those, and I was able to get one this month.
Run off the boat.
After an incident on Nautical Sun where I nearly went overboard, I decided it was about time that I got myself an Ocean Signal MOB1 to put in my life jacket. The Spinlock Deckvest that I have is designed to take one, so I thought I'd get one. What the device does is it basically signals an AIS man overboard should you go overboard. So what I'm going to do now is unbox it here and then show you how to set it up. So first of all, what you might notice is that the box is really small. It's about 3 inches in one direction and about 4 inches in the other. Pretty compact. It's much smaller than I expected it to be, but let's pull it out and see. So I'm going to take the sleeve off. I struggle a little bit because I'm using one hand, but so the sleeve comes off, and then you've got the box here, which we're going to open, and inside there is the device. So the device itself. So this is what it looks like. It's in a plastic bag, and then it comes with a fitting kit, and some reflective stickers, and whatever that is. I don't know what that is, but I'll have a look in the instructions in a second. And then there is a product manual. So the first thing we do is move this to the side a little bit. So you slide the red tab down, slide it down until it's all the way at the bottom, and then you slide this grey piece just over enough that you can put the little piece of tape through, or the little piece of string through, and then thread the tape through that. So that's what I'm doing right now, and then it goes around on itself and back through the hole. Until you've got it pulled like that, so it's in like a lark's foot. Then we take the other end of the tape here. So we take the other end of the tape and we thread it through the clasp on this side over here. Okay, so we've got this connected like so, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the tape and we're going to thread it onto the piece that snaps onto the inflation tube, So what we're going to do is going to go up through the back one, and then around the front, and back up through the front one, and then back down through the rear one, like so. And what you've got there is you've got something that will lock, so it'll lock like this, and there you go, there you have it. So when you clip that on later, you're gonna have a locked up version. It's not going to pull through, it's going to lock up. The other thing we need to do while we have this like this is that the kit comes with a piece of string or cord that's about, I don't know, about 2 feet long. And what we're going to do is put it in half like so, and we're going to make it the same length, so it's like that, and then we're going to thread it through, either thread it through this way and then tie a knot, or do a lark's foot, whichever. I'm going to thread it through this way, if I can. Doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter which way, either down or up, but do it like that, and then through there like so, and it's tied on there. And this, really, we're just going to use this to retain the device. The device can be programmed, or should be programmed, with your MMSI of your boat. So in the event of you falling overboard, it will call back to the boat and tell people that you've fallen overboard, give a distress message. In order to do this, you go to www.oceansignal.com/installers. I've done that, and you can see that on the screen. What we're going to do is going to scroll down, so you've got all these different countries shown, and somewhere there'll be a USA one, probably at the bottom, I would think. UK, USA, configuration installer, USA version. There is a web version. I wonder whether I can just launch the web version. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in my MMSI, and okay, so I followed the instructions on the screen, which basically said put your MMSI in and then verify it. And now it's telling me to take the rubber adapter here that I've got and put the device in programming mode. So to program it, you basically press this button here, the test, which presses down the test button until the red light comes on, and then it flashes, and then it goes solid, and then it flashes slowly, and then it goes green after a little bit. Once it goes green, let it go, and then you put it against the screen and press the program button, but you put it right against the screen, don't let any light in there. And then if it's done correctly, when we pull it up, it should be flashing green. So I'm going to leave it for a bit at the end until it comes back to this screen. Then we look, and no, it's flashing red, so it didn't work. And then it's successful. So that's complete. I'm not going to put it on the life jacket just yet. I'm going to take it to the boat tomorrow night and then I'm going to test it. I've got the MOB1 here. I'm going to do what it says in the instructions and do a DSC test. I will press and hold the test key, and after 5 seconds release it. After a short pause it should send a routine call to my VHF. So we will do that test right now. I'm going to turn the camera around. So here's the device. I'm going to press the button here. Oh, did you see that flash up on the screen? So we'll do that again, and we're going to press the test button and hold it, and then watch the screen. So now I'm going to do a AIS test. So this will initiate a AIS MOB1 test message on the screen. So let's try it. So right. So I'm going to put it over this side so you can see the screen. So keep an eye on here. You should be able to see the AIS signature, as long as my system will pick it up, which I think it will. So quick flashes followed by solid, and then as soon as it starts slowly flashing, then we release and it flashes green, and it should flash green until the GPS is received, which I'm inside, so I may have to move this outside for it to work. So a lot has been achieved. Oh, and you can see it. There's an item right over the top of me, and we have a proximity alarm, man overboard testing there. Okay, I'm going to turn it off. So I'm going to show you what it looks like at the helm. There is the man overboard. Obviously this screen is just a clone of the other one, so it shouldn't be any different. This is what I would see, or this is what the driver would see, and because we've got the radio here as well out here, we'd also be able to listen. We'd hear it on the radio. In here, in the radio here, if we look at the list, you can see MOB test, and you press info, distance 0, bearing, and yeah, speed over ground. So you can get all that information. So when I was reading the manual for the MOB1, I noticed that there's such a thing as group DSC. So you can put a group call number into your device rather than your individual MMSI. And the benefit of that is that you can then give that number to any captain of any boat that you're on, and he can add that to his radio, and from there you don't have to change anything on your device, which is really a pain. So because of that, I changed the number on my device, and I'm going to add it here. So I'm going to show you how to do it with this standard Horizon GX2000. First of all, you press the menu, press and hold the menu,
until you get to the setup menu, the general setup menu, and then you go down to DSC setup and press select. Then go down to group directory, select, and then add. And you can add a group name. I'm going to say MOB1. So I'll just type it in, sort of, if that's what typing is. MOB, and go through the entire alphabet. Hopefully there's some, oh there we go, some numbers. And that's it. Right, so then you press and hold enter to get down to the next line. So the ID always starts with 0. After that you can put in what you like. However, what they like you to do is put in the country code, which in the US here is 366. And now if you look at the group call for the Coast Guard, that's 366 9999999, right? So 5 nines. So obviously I don't want to go there, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 0 followed by 0, and then I'm going to just add the area code for this area, which is 414. I could have put my zip code in or something like that, but I decided to go with this one. So now I'm going to press enter and hold it, and that should be added now to the group directory, which means that this radio will listen to any calls going to that address. If I'm on this boat and I fall off, this will hear me. If I'm on Nautical Sun, who I race on quite a lot, same there, once we've got it loaded into his radio.
What we're going to do here is we're going to install the MOB1 into the Deckvest 6D, and you can see the zip on the Deckvest. That's really what retains the whole bladder and everything, and it's got this area here where you can just pull it apart. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to pull it apart. You only need to pull it for the top part here. However, you might want to redo the whole thing when you put it all back together. So we're just going to pull this through. Really, you only need this side, but you can't get to it without going all the way. So we're going to go all the way around here like so. And then reveal the inflation tube. And then what we're going to do is move that out of the way, move the whistle out of the way, and we are going to install this down the side here and move the cord out of the way for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to go around the back with the device, and we are going to clip it onto the back here and then onto the inflation tube. So it clips onto the device like that, so it's clipped in, and then onto the breather tube. So we're just going to clip it into the breather tube like so. So you can see now that the tape here goes around the bladder, so that when the bladder inflates, it will pull off this piece and trigger the device. So what we're going to do is we're going to tighten this up now. So we're just going to tighten all these this tape and make it snug, so when it inflates, it will definitely trigger. And then just for security, we're going to tie this, just in case this decides to pop off for any reason, or pop off the breather tube and not stay on the breather tube. We just want to retain this, so we're going to tie it to something that we know is staying, is always going to be there. So basically this area here, this piece is always going to be here. So we're just going to tie it on. So I'm just going to put that in there like that. It's relatively loose, but it doesn't really matter. It just stops it from disappearing anywhere, and that's long enough that's going to stay there. So it's always going to be attached to this piece of elastic here, which is basically attached to the light that pops up on the Deckvest 6. So now we're finished here, and we just put the whole thing back together. Pull this through here and zip the whole thing back up, and it zips up quite easily going down, but it was really tough going back. But that's, I think it was because I had the piece cut in it. I had the tape caught in it, so it was a real pain. And just make sure I don't do that again as I'm going past this part here. So make sure that's inside and not in the way. Here, get this bit inside here, like so. And there you go. And there you see this bit is on the end here, and it's quite actually tight and rigid through there. I'll try it on again in a minute to make sure that bit gets tucked in out of the way in the end there, like so. And now I'll put the Deckvest on, and it actually it doesn't feel too bad anymore. It doesn't feel like there's anything extra on top of what's normally there, so it's quite nice.